All right, folks, I am here with the one, the only FaZe Rain. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm good, Jake. How are you?
Good, good. You know, the first question I ask everybody, and I need to know, I'm a huge coffee man myself. What do you do to stay energetic? What do you do for your caffeine routine?
Just coffee for now, and then sometimes G Fuel.
And
But
so, like competitions, do you ever use anything that you wouldn't during like practice?
uh, maybe if I'm like super tired, late night games, if you have like 10 p.m. games, then I would like
Yeah.
grab a G Fuel. Other than that, it's like Pepsi Max and water, basically.
You know, I wa- I wasn't gonna ask you this right off the bat, but there is a clip or a screenshot of you out there in competition with a wine glass.
It's
And
Pepsi. It's
so,
Pepsi.
okay, so you're confirming it was pop. It was not actually wine.
No, there was no wine. I can't. If I drink wine when I'm playing, I just
Get
stop
sleepy.
functioning. Yeah, I get sleepy, and it's not good.
All right, I'm glad we started off by debunking the rumors out there.
Yeah.
So speaking of Blast Premier Spring, right? You guys got a heck of a matchup to start off. That being against Liquid.
Mhm.
I'm gonna ask you your general threats team-wise as well as individual player-wise throughout this event. Who do you expect to be the top threats?
Top threats. I'm just gonna go with our group, okay? Guess that's like the for now. I
Yeah.
think Navi is looking pretty hot from the global finals, and of course they have Simple, which I still think he is the best player in the world, even though Saibu like might be a little bit okay. But of course they're gonna be hard to play against, and it depends also what Navi shows up that day. Like Navi can be very up and down sometimes. So it kind of depends on which Navi shows up.
For sure. And we've already seen Astralis and Vitality kind of off to a rough start. You know, what do you think
Yeah.
when you see two top teams like that fall off to begin with?
Well, Vitality's last game I can understand. Like losing Apex, their captain is probably it's a really tough thing to happen. Like we lost Kerrigan, we lost Niko, and I've gone through some of this stuff before. So it's like a real like downer for the team itself, and it might play a big factor. For Astralis, I'm not sure. I think they looked really good coming out of last year and beginning of this year as well. I don't know if Complexity is just playing some really good Counter Strike, or Astralis is gonna drop down a little bit. But we'll see in the future.
So, final question on that. When it comes time for the finals of Blast Premier Spring, give me your predictions for the top three teams.
For the finals,
Yeah, finals.
this is after the showdown and everything, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. FaZe, G2, and Astralis.
G2 is one I have not heard yet.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, obviously, over the past year or so, the transition from in-person CS on LAN to online has been difficult for a lot of players. I'm kind of curious, what has FaZe Clan been doing to accommodate players like you?
Well, I haven't seen my teammates since Katowice last year. Like we haven't been able to go to a boot camp. We were planning to go to a boot camp, and then one guy got sick, so we couldn't travel at all. We just stayed at home, and it's been a long year of no boot camps and no tournaments at all. So I kind of looking forward to tournaments starting up sometime soon, hopefully.
Yeah, and it's got to be difficult competing with guys that you can't see face to face. You know, we've actually seen other organizations start up or actually already have facilities where the
Yeah.
players all go in, they compete side by side. Is that something that you would like to have had with FaZe Clan?
Yeah, probably. I think that would be a big help to our team at least. Like to get together and like be like a boot camp. That's always helped us in the past, and it's been a rough year without having it.
Certainly. And, you know, speaking of a rough year, FaZe Clan continues to undergo changes. You know, you're the longest tenured member, which is awesome to see, but you guys have certainly had some big losses or big changes. When it came time for losing a guy like Niko, can you walk me through what that's like? It's obviously a huge change for the roster. You know, how does that go down for the team? You know, what are you thinking when that happens?
Uh, I don't even know what to say to it. Like, both me and Niko were talking one day, and told him like I got some offers from other teams, and he said he also got from G2, and we didn't really know what we were gonna do. I know he has been talking in the summer, before I started talking with him about changes with his cousin and Cold and all that stuff. But I decided that I would stay in the team, and he decided he would leave. And of course, it's a big loss for the team in general. But I think you're gonna see a different phase coming up in the next months. That it's gonna be like a rebirth of phase, I would say.
And, with that, obviously got to balance into the loss of Kirby, but you gain a guy like Twist. Obviously, I've not seen him face to face yet, but are you excited to have a new North American member on the roster?
Yeah, for sure. He brings so much energy to the team compared to previous teammates. There's always so much hype. But, like whenever you win a round, even if it's practice, like yeah, fuck yeah, let's go. It like hypes it so much. So it's very nice. It's very nice for the team.
Yeah, and interesting because talking to you, you are a man, like you said, you've stuck with FaZe. I think have just passed your 5-year anniversary of FaZe Clan, likely one of the longest standing pros ever in the organization. So I got 2 questions for you. Why have you pretty much established FaZe Clan as that is your team? And what's it feel like to have them respect you so much to, obviously keep you and want you for this long and hopefully in the future as well?
I've stayed in the team because every time we did changes, I really believed in the new team we had. I think there's one point like the last since the summer when Olaf left and we're just playing with like an uncertain lineup. That's the only time I've had like my doubts about the team, about what's gonna happen for the future and what we could accomplish. But other than that, I've always believed in the lineups we've had and that we could do good. And I'm starting to get that belief again, especially now that I have Twist in my team, and some other stuff's gonna happen soon as well.
Oh.
I'm
guessing. Moving on.
Next question.
I gotta ask you, and I'm not sure if this is actually something that you get involved with a lot, but I gotta ask because it's so ironic for you to be in FaZe Clan with another man with the same name as you.
Yeah.
FaZe Rain and FaZe Rain, one a content creator, and of course you are the Counter-Strike pro. Do you get constantly confused? Does that happen frequently? I imagine your DMs or mentions got to be flooded with confusing comments.
Yeah, sometimes it's calm and nice, like maybe one guy here and there. I remember there was a part when, I don't know if you noticed, Rain went on like a little bit of a depressed spree. My inbox got flooded with messages, like support messages, and that's the only time like people have really gotten it confused. Other than that, it's been okay.
Not so much? Okay, that's kind of surprising.
Yeah.
This is definitely a bit of a different question, but the Boston Major 2018, one of the most notorious majors of all time, and I apologize if this is a poor question. Obviously, you were on probably the worst receiving end of that, but it will always go down as one of the best grand finals. Can you walk me through what that was like? Because, I mean, as a North American fan, that was amazing, but it was back and forth. So what is it like in that moment to be a part of such a big moment in Counter-Strike history?
It was amazing, of course, but it's also like a memory that I'm trying to block out sometimes. I still have not rewatched that game. Because of from 15-11, I have still not rewatched a single round. I just can't watch it. I don't think any of my teammates have watched it either. We just know we messed up really bad. But for the rest of the final, other than the fact that we lost, it was amazing. The atmosphere was really good.
Yeah.
Even though the crowd was mostly chanting "Send them home," it was still a really good final, and it still gives me goosebumps thinking about it.
Yeah, and is that something you miss, so long online now? Of all LAN experiences, is the major what you miss the most?
Not just the major, I just miss a crowd, like noise in the background, like the hype when people do something. I think the tournament I miss the most is probably Katowice. It's just the playing on the stage there is just unbelievable. Same with Cologne, but Katowice for me is a little bit special.
And so I'm sure you just said it, but the crowd to you, that does have a heavy impact, have a heavy influence on the game?
Yeah, I think so for sure. I think teams play a lot different on LAN in general, but I think also people that have more experience on stages can use it to their advantage, with the crowd a little bit. So I definitely think there's a difference here.
Let me flip the script on you really quick.
Right.
For a different FPS game, that being Valorant. Have you tried it? Do you enjoy it at all?
Yeah, I've played it a little bit. I think it's fun to play. It's a lot easier than CS, I think. think shooting mechanism and everything is just very much easy compared to CS. So
You know, Rain, FaZe Clan has a Valorant roster.
yeah, I know.
Would 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 you maybe think, is that in your future cards? If you ever want to put an end to CS, would you ever give Valorant a try at all?
I haven't really thought about it that much. For now, I've just played it casually with my wife, and it's been a lot of fun. Got up to Radiant and all that stuff, but it's not something that gives me the same joy as playing Counter Strike. So.
Yeah. Now, I'm glad you mentioned that. I had Device on a couple days ago. I mentioned that I had a girlfriend. He didn't really care. I don't know why I said it. You just mentioned you have a wife. And obviously, balancing competitive CSGO, that's a very, very strenuous, lengthy schedule. What has it been like, balancing, having that relationship with someone as well as competing full time?
Well, she's American, my wife. So the first 4 years of our relationship, she lived 3 months in the US, 3 months in Europe, back and forth for 4 years straight.
Holy.
Yeah. So this year we actually got married last year in November, and this entire year we've been spending with each other. So for me, it's been great. Like we've had a lot of alone time together and got to know each other more personal level, I would say. So it's been a great year for me, for sure.
That's awesome. Only a couple more questions for you, and then I'm gonna ask you 10 rapid fire questions.
All right.
I didn't write them, so please don't judge me. All right. Favorite pro player that you've played on FaZe with, and I mean with your 5-year tenure, you've played with some of the best names ever. But who has been your favorite teammate of all time?
I think it's an easy one for me. I think it's Olaf. I think we're similar in a way in real life. We click together and we're pretty good friends outside of the game as well. So I'm gonna have to go with Olaf.
And then favorite in general FaZe Clan member, entire organization. Do you have one? Do you guys interact a lot with the other members of FaZe Clan?
I used to before. I was more interacting before they became the way they are now. They weren't run by a big office in LA for forever, So I had more conversation with them and like interaction with them before. But for now, probably Temper, Tico. Those guys have always been around and supported the team.
Mm-hmm. Now, stretching back to what you said earlier, you said possibly more changes coming soon. It was actually Coldzera last week who kind of hinted at what was slowly coming, which is possible Olaf Meister retirement from Counter-Strike.
Hinted?
I know you probably... we all have an idea. So are you guys obviously preparing for that? You said he's your favorite teammate of all time. What's that going to be like? It's obviously got to be tough. You've been a pro for so long. You've seen probably plenty of people go. What's that going to be like?
I already made my mind up with this long before the vacation started, because Olaf already left. He said, "I'm done. I don't want to play anymore. I don't know." And he said he didn't know what he wanted to do for the future. He might play Counter-Strike. He might play something else. He might do something else. You don't really know.
Yeah.
But I think he's gonna do great no matter what he does. He's such a natural talent for shooting games in general. So I think he's gonna do good.
Yeah, I think the scene is really excited to see him come back in full capacity. I feel like he hasn't been back for some time, but the man obviously has a bright future. One last thing for you. Your daily routine along with your warm-up routine for any up-and-coming players out there who want to know what you do day in and day out.
Well, I wake up, I get my breakfast, and I head to the gym early in the morning. And then after that, before practice, it's usually a couple of 100 kills on deathmatch, and then a little bit of aimbots if I still feel a little bit rusty, and then it's just practice with the team. And other than that, I try to stay away from FPL sometimes because it tilts the shit out of me. People just do the most random shit that is just annoying sometimes. Other than that, it's just have fun when you play.
Heck yeah. All right, I got 10 rapid fire questions. Don't judge me. You ready?
All right, yeah. Okay.
I guess we already touched on this. How many times a week do you get DMs meant for the other FaZe Rain?
Once or twice.
Who has the best tattoos in Counter-Strike?
Fox.
Would you rather fight one regular size nade shot or 12 1-foot-tall Hikos?
12 Ecos, it would be more fun, I think.
You imagine that guy? Whoa, what game are you playing when you aren't grinding Counter-Strike?
Warzone.
Warzone. Okay, I didn't expect that. Would you rather have 4 majors a year online or just 1 major a year on LAN?
1 major on LAN.
Can you ever see yourself playing Valorant as a pro when you're done with CS?
Yes.
Would you rather win another major with FaZe or see Norway make another World Cup?
In football?
Yeah.
Win a major with FaZe.
When you have a Twitch stream on, who are you watching?
Ooh, not so many. Well, Blast. I don't really watch that much.
Who is the best CSGO player not named Rain?
Simple.
All right. I want to thank you so much for your time. The floor is yours. You anything else to say?
No, thank you, Drake. It's been a fun interview for sure.
Heck yeah. Hey, thank you so much for the time. I really
All right.
appreciate it.